Hello, friend. Whew. I just took a coffee cup out of the dishwasher and it's on its dry cycle, so it's really hot. I just got back from the grocery store. I'm working on unpacking all of the groceries, and I thought I would just introduce what you are about to watch. I have been filming for the past quite a few weeks. Hey, my dog's asking to go in, and two of my dogs are asking to come out. A 15 to 22 week pregnancy update. I am currently 23 weeks pregnant, and so I thought I would just let you know that you are going to see the updates as we go to where we are now, throughout some ups and downs and things that come along with pregnancy. I thought I would just make this a dedicated video, so if you're interested in it, you can enjoy, and if this is not the type of content you're interested in, you can go ahead and skip it, and I will see you back next time we are in the kitchen. I have here some herbal tea. It's rainy, it's cold, it's October. The first day I actually pulled out my winter coat, and it still fits. Hopefully I have enough room to grow into this coat, and I won't have to get a new coat, but if I do, no big deal. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this 15 to 22 week pregnancy update with baby number 2. Hey friends, I just posted over the last 2 days the pregnancy announcement and the first trimester update. I'm just going to sit down, and you all have just blown me away with your kind words and support and congratulations, and Josh and I just want to say a huge thank you. So I am currently 15 weeks pregnant. I feel fantastic. I have no nausea. That crazy tiredness has gone. This feels so different than my first pregnancy. I think I had morning all day sickness basically until like 20 weeks, and there was just a lot more, symptoms. And other than the fact that I got that summer cold, overall the biggest symptom I've experienced this pregnancy is just exhaustion, and I feel like that's starting to subside a little bit, which is great. So right now, currently, I take 2 baby aspirins a day to help prevent preeclampsia. So I appreciate all your guys' kind words on praying and kind wishes for a healthy and safe, better delivery than last time around, because last time around was crazy, the delivery part. And I haven't decided what our, birth plan, epidural, yes, no, I don't know. We'll figure that out in the future. I've got to talk to my doctor more. I technically am diagnosed with gestational diabetes because I got a continuous glucose monitor. I got diagnosed way earlier than a normal person would because I requested a continuous blood glucose monitor at 6 weeks. I put it on, and that's when technically, it's so crazy, gestational diabetes, how it works, and the hormones that play into causing it. And technically the hormone that causes gestational diabetes starts at 6 weeks, but usually you aren't tested for it until I think 22 weeks. So even though I'm 15 weeks, I wear a continuous blood glucose monitor and trying to keep that blood glucose under control. The only thing I do for it right now is just dietary changes, and I have a nurse that can watch my blood glucose from the blood glucose monitor, and that's how we're monitoring it. Other than that, we're just feeling good. I'm able to work normal. I'm actually home alone right now, and it feels really good. I was watching a YouTube video inside, and I thought, hey, I want to come talk to you because I had been, before I started watching a YouTube video, I was reading comments, and you all had just blown me away with your kind words and support. So I thought I'd give you an update that currently right now, that is the update. Just feeling good, living life. I'm able to work, which feels good. So I will give you an update next time there is an update to give. Well, friends, I think it's been about a month since we have done any sort of pregnancy update. The last time we talked, we had just done the gender reveal with my family, and I think I was like 14 weeks pregnant at that point. And at this point, I am 19 and a half weeks pregnant. This pregnancy has flown by. I have felt so good, and I've had really good energy, other than like I'll have bouts of extreme exhaustion, but I haven't had the sickness that I had in my last pregnancy, which has been a huge blessing. And I've just been really, really enjoying it. So I thought that this would be a good time to sit down and do an update, because this coming week on Thursday, we have the 20-week ultrasound, which I am excited about, but then also just a little nervous, because that is a big ultrasound, measuring everything and just making sure baby is healthy and growing appropriately. So I thought we would just sit and do an update. I just had a doctor's appointment with my OB last week, and things are going really well. I've been able to keep my blood sugar. I actually have gotten my blood sugar down from on average blood glucose of about 110, which is on the higher side, to about 97 with just dietary changes. So that's been a huge, huge blessing to be able to really work on that. I haven't done like keto or anything like that. I'm just trying to focus on protein first and just fewer carbs. I'm not counting carbs. I'm not counting macros. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm just really trying to focus on starting my morning with higher protein, basing my meals around protein, and I am having carbs, but trying to just reduce the amount. I used to eat probably a sweet treat every night, and I'm definitely not doing that anymore. But when I do like dinner parties and stuff, I am, having a little tiny piece of whatever I have made. So that's been really, really good. I've really been enjoying having a blood glucose monitor, because I can see what my blood sugar is doing. Yesterday, actually, I sat with my son and we had grapes, because we had some leftover grapes from the dinner party we had. We just had the tomato themed dinner party. I have not actually put the tomato scape away. Today is Sunday. We had that party Friday, and I have been just taking this weekend off. So I have not cleaned up that table scape. I'm going to do it tomorrow, I think. But I thought I would just sit down with you because I've got a pocket of time right now. So we had some grapes in the morning, and that's the first time I've started my morning with fruit and no protein. And my blood sugar spiked to 170. I have never, I don't think, had my blood sugar spike that high before eating on an empty stomach, just grapes. It was just really interesting, because the night before I had had a piece of cheesecake and a piece of the chocolate cake I made, and there was carbs, like bread and stuff that I had made in the meal, but I had started my morning with high protein, and I think my blood sugar only got up to like 128 from having dessert. So that was just an interesting thing. So the blood glucose monitor has been super fascinating and really educational, and it's been allowing me to make better choices, because I can see exactly what's happening in my body in real time, which is super interesting. No cravings at this point. Early pregnancy, the only craving I had this pregnancy was Taco Bell. Growing up, my mom and I, we had two traditions. When we'd go grocery shopping, we would go to Costco and Winco, and when we were done at Costco, we'd always get a slice of cheese pizza. And when we were running errands, doing other things, not grocery shopping, we would stop at Taco Bell and get 2 bean and cheese burritos, no onions, add sour cream, and a Diet Coke. I don't drink Diet Coke anymore because it messes with my bladder. But early pregnancy, bean and cheese burritos were the only things I was craving. That has gone away at this point, and I'm not really having any cravings of any sort, which is nice. I'm trying to think. I've been feeling really, really good. I have had a couple days where just after long weeks of busy work, I just am tired. Like yesterday, I didn't actually take a nap, but when my son was napping, I laid on the couch in silence. I didn't watch anything. I just sat there in silence, and that was really, really nice. And I've definitely been needing to listen to my body this weekend. I've done nothing really, other than I went to the farmer's market and picked up some corn, because we're going to process corn this week. And we've just been hanging out as a family. Tonight we're going to dinner at Josh's dad's house, so I don't even have to cook anything. Just really trying to take it slow on the weekends and really enjoying this pregnancy. This is probably going to be my last pregnancy, and so I'm so grateful that I have felt really well, other than the pure exhaustion, to be able to enjoy it, which has been really nice. And it's flying by. It's just crazy. We're almost halfway there. And so I just thought it would be good to kind of give you an update, let you know how I'm doing now. I feel really good, and I am excited / nervous for this doctor's appointment that we have on Thursday. just praying that everything is going to be healthy and good. I'm starting to feel baby move, which is really exciting. I do have an anterior placenta, which is what I had with my son as well. So that just means that usually it takes a little bit longer before you start to feel baby move. So within the last like week and a half, I'm starting to feel her move. Mostly, I don't feel her moving during the day because I'm like busy and doing things and walking around. It's like in the morning when I'm laying in bed before I've gotten out of bed, and at night before I have fallen asleep, I can feel her move, which is really nice. I'm sure if I was just sitting still and paying attention during the day, I would be able to feel her move. But I think just because I'm so busy usually, running around and doing things, that I haven't been able to, they're not strong enough movements that I've really been able to notice them during the day. So that is the exciting stuff. I was so looking forward to being able to feel her move because I really enjoyed that with my son. And so it just makes it feel even that much more real. So I will give you an update how the doctor's appointment goes on Thursday. The way it works at least our clinic is you have your scan, and Josh and my son are able to be there. They've changed the rules recently, so Josh has always been able to be in there, but there was a rule that under a certain age you couldn't have in the room. So now my son can go as long as there's another adult, in case they get, they need to be able to, if they get too excited, then the other adult can take them out so that the ultrasound tech can do her job. But I don't think that will be a problem. So they'll go with me. And then you see the way that our clinic works is you get your 20-week ultrasound with an FMLA, a fetal medicine doctor. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, but basically the high-risk doctor. The OB is the one that reads the ultrasound right after you have it done. So she'll come in, or he'll come in and give you the results right then and there. So you don't have to go home and wait. At least that's how it happened last time, and when I had my 12-week ultrasound. So I'm assuming it's going to be the same, that we'll have the ultrasound and then the doctor will be able to come in after she's read it, and then they can give us the results, basically. So I will see you on Thursday and give you an update then. Cheers. Good morning. This morning is very exciting. We are heading out. My whole family's going, Josh and my son, to the 20-week ultrasound. So I'm really excited and a little bit nervous, of course, just to make sure that everything is okay. And a little update. I finally got a primary care doctor about 2 weeks ago. That was a whole story in and of itself. I have had an OB for years, but I would like to establish primary care with a doctor, and I was finally able to get that appointment. And she ran some more blood work, and she found out that my thyroid is a little bit low. One of them, I guess there's like 3 or 4 thyroid hormones. I don't know that much about it, but one of them is definitely low. And when I was reading the symptoms of low thyroid hormone, I was like, wow, I checked like over half those boxes. So she had written me and recommended that I start taking a very low dose of thyroid medication. So I wrote my OB and I was like, hey, this is what my primary care is recommending. What do you think? And she said that people, when they're pregnant for low thyroid, take that all the time and it can really help. And so she said, because this was just 2 days ago, that my primary care doctor recommended it. Yesterday, my OB wrote me back. And today we have this 20-week ultrasound and an appointment with an FMLM doctor who's going to read the ultrasound. So a high-risk doctor. She said, go ahead and just take this topic up to her and she will go ahead and say yes or no. I have a prescription filled. My family's ready to get into the car. So we are going to go get an iced tea on the way so that my bladder's nice and full. And I will see you when we get to the doctor's. Come on in. Okay, they're going to get in the car and we're going to head out. We just got home. The appointment went so well. It was so fun having my whole family in there. My son did great. It was about an hour appointment. Josh did not realize when we got there that the ultrasound was going to take about an hour. I think it only took like 40 minutes. And the tech was fantastic. I thought I had to have a full bladder going into that appointment. Oh, my dogs are here. I'm just about to sit down and review a video. So I thought, here, Dakota, come here. I thought going into the appointment I had to have a full bladder. So I was pretty uncomfortable. And then I said, is my bladder full enough for you? Because one time I went in there, it was not full enough. And the ultrasound tech just said it was much more difficult. And this ultrasound tech was like, oh, you don't have to have a full bladder for this appointment. So the baby was in the right position to check the heart. So she's like, let me just get these images of the heart while baby's in perfect position, and then she let me use the restroom, which was nice. Everything looks so good with baby, and we did confirm she is a baby girl. I have seen, since we got our blood test, Instagram knows I'm pregnant, and so they've been feeding me reels. I think 2 or 3 reels I've seen of people that have done the blood test. Now, I don't know if they did the blood test through their doctor or just like an online company, because I know you can do blood tests through online companies. Oh, there you can see my dead fiddly fig. But that the blood test was wrong, and when they went to their anatomy scan, they found out the actual correct gender. So I am super glad that what we have been anticipating is indeed the case. We would be happy with a boy or girl, especially 2 boys would be fun. But since we have found out quite a few weeks ago that it was a girl, we've been getting really excited about that and talking about girl names and stuff like that. So we were just glad that what our expectations have been for the past 4 or 5 weeks are what, or longer at this point, are what we are expecting, which is really, really fun. When it comes to my health, the fetal medicine doctor was not concerned about the thyroid levels. It was just 1 out of the 4 that they tested that was low, or 3, I can't remember. And so she said, it doesn't hurt to take thyroid medication if indeed you need it. It's good for baby's brain to make sure you have thyroid. But she's like, mine was so just slightly low that it could have been even just the snapshot in time when they took it, or it can be like a lab error. So she recommended before I start taking any medications, because if you don't have to be on medication, it's better not to be, her thought was, let's go ahead and run another test. So it's been a week since the last blood work I had. So after the appointment, I went in and just did some more blood work just so they can pull that and see what my thyroid levels are as of today. The other thing with me is my blood sugar. So the fetal medicine doctor has access to the blood glucose monitor that I've been wearing. And so far, she's really, really happy with the numbers that I've been able to actually get it down to, because my average blood glucose was 100 and about 110. And I've gotten it down to between like 102 and 97. So that's really good. So as of right now, we're just keeping an eye on, because technically they diagnosed me with gestational diabetes. So we're just keeping an eye on that through diet, no medication at this point, which is good. I would rather not have to do medication for that if at all possible. So diet has been a big thing. And then I've been trying to walk a lot more. We have a huge hill. Our driveway is a huge hill. And so my son and I have been going on long walks around our neighborhood. I mean, we live in the country, but we've got some like country roads and stuff like that we can walk and see cows and horses and stuff. So it's been fun. So we've been trying to prioritize that, especially because the weather has cooled down a little bit in the evenings and in the mornings. So that's good. And the doctor was saying that walking is really, really good to manage blood sugar levels. She said some research suggests that it's even better than diet. So that's encouraging. They said they would like me to gain no more than 9 pounds if at all possible. And because of where my starting weight was, basically when I got pregnant, I don't need to gain a bunch of weight because I had enough cushion there, basically. So I think because of the walking, trying to keep my blood sugars down, I've actually been able to keep my weight well under control. So that's been really encouraging. If I don't gain a bunch of weight during this pregnancy, I would be happy with that. I was actually just getting ready to go on like a wellness journey, I don't know, to lose some of the weight that I had gained with my son. I actually didn't gain very much weight when I was pregnant with him. I gained weight after I had him. And so I was kind of gearing up for that. That's why I was researching blood glucose monitors and all that stuff prior to finding out I was pregnant, because that was something that I was wanting to really dive into that journey. But my goal now is basically not to lose weight. My goal basically now is to keep healthy blood sugar and to, yes, Dakota. My goal is to basically just maintain and then not gain weight postpartum like I did last time with my son. I'm not sure why I did that. I never talked with a doctor. But anyway, so that's everything. My son is down for a nap. Josh is upstairs working. We're going to go live tomorrow, I think. So he is wanting to set up. We got a ton of new camera equipment. I think he's wanting to get that set up while my son is napping. I've got the tomato themed dinner party video to review. I just got it back from my editor about an hour ago. I'm really looking forward to sitting down and watching this. It's going to take me a while. It's a very long video and I've got quite a bit of voiceover. So I'm just going to sit here for the next probably 2 hours or as long as it takes me. Dakota. The dogs are all in here with me. Orbit's chewing on a stuffy. Tibro's sitting on the ottoman. Dakota, come here. Come cuddle me while I work. He's been a really, really fun lap dog. Fun addition to the family, that's for sure. And he's basically potty trained at this point. He has accidents every now and then if we're not paying attention. But it's nice that he will be, I'm going to say fully potty trained before the baby comes because that's just one less thing. I think Josh got him for me as a gift at the perfect time. Because I was not yet pregnant yet when we got this little guy. So things are good. I'm so happy and relieved that baby is growing properly, that she has all her organs, all her fingers, all her toes. Brain looks good. Kidneys look good. Bladder looks good. Spine looks good. Heart looks good. She has all her fingers and toes, which, you know, obviously that's the least of everything, but we're just glad. When we went in for our 20-week ultrasound with my son, he had his hand like this and they're like, you can come back, you know, in a week or so and we can make sure he has all of his fingers on, I think it was his left hand. And we were like, that's okay. You know, that's kind of like the least priority. Heart, kidneys, bladder, lungs, spine, all those types of things looked good. Brain looked good. So that's good. So I'm really excited. We've been just really enjoying this pregnancy. I've been enjoying this pregnancy, I should say, minus the tiredness. I am tired a lot of the time. Whew. That is one thing when I got pregnant with my son that I was not prepared for. I didn't feel like people talked about it that much, or at least I heard about it. Obviously you hear about like morning sickness being a really common thing, but the just pure, the exhaustion on a cellular level. I told Josh, it's like almost like sometimes my bones feel like they're tired. That's been the biggest thing. And so I'm just really having to take time and relax. And I'm happy to do that. Sometimes I literally don't do very much at all. Bare minimum. And that's okay. Resting is productive, and yeah, we're growing a human over here. So even if I'm just sitting here resting, my body's being very productive. So it's good. So thank you for being here. I will give you an update next time there is an update to give. It is the next day since yesterday. I should rephrase that. I'm tired this morning. I just got back from running to the grocery store. Josh and I are going live in about 2 hours. Yes, I went to the grocery store like this, but I needed to pick up like 3 things for the live today. And I figured I would do that before I showered. So I'm about to head inside and take a shower. But this morning, my doctor called, or the FMLM doctor called, because she was able last night to do a little bit more research after she dug into my continuous glucose monitor. During the day, my blood sugar levels look really good, she said, which is what I felt like from interpreting the data. I have a hard time interpreting it. I've tried to watch YouTube videos on it. It's really confusing to me. My blood sugar, like I said, I think I mentioned yesterday, it never gets really high. And then after I eat, it does go low during the day. But at night, when it should be like between 70 and 90, it's staying at like 95 or 100. And so she was a little concerned about the nighttime blood sugar readings. And she said that there's nothing that I could be doing different with my diet. She said during the day, your blood sugar looks great. You're eating, your body's taking care of the blood sugar, and you're never spiking super high, and you're doing everything correctly during the day, and there's nothing you can really do at night. So she is recommending this is sad, that I start taking insulin at night. She said it's like the lowest dose possible that you would take at night to get your blood sugar down at night. And she's saying that this is what is indicating that you have some insulin resistance due to pregnancy. And at this point, the diet during the day, I'm doing everything I can. I can't really do anything, or I can't walk more. I can't eat differently to try to get that blood sugar levels down at night, other than taking, I think she said it was like, I don't know, she said it was 12, I don't know if it was like 0.12 or 12, like one of the smallest doses of insulin that you can take. So I am scheduling an appointment with a nurse this following week. I'm waiting for them to call me back so that, because she's like, I know this feels like a big thing. She was really nice, but so you can come in and like learn how to take the medication and stuff like that. I'm a mess. I need to take a shower. Anyway, I'm a little sad about it. She was really nice. She's like, there's nothing you can do more with your diet. Just keep doing what you're doing with your diet and with the walking. She said, that's good. Keep doing that. But yeah, I'm a little bummed about that. But I guess the one thing I didn't ask is like, what happens if you don't take it? So when I go to the appointment to talk to the nurse, I can ask more questions about that. On the lighter note, though, she said my thyroid hormone looks really, really good. So I got the blood work back yesterday that my thyroid, the second time I did the blood work, was within the normal range. I guess there's one thyroid hormone that your body creates that is a signal to tell your body, hey, we need more thyroid hormone. And that hormone was really, really low. She said, if that hormone that is screaming for your thyroid to make more thyroid hormone, then if that was really high and then your thyroid hormone was low, then she would be more concerned. And so, but then she's like, I would like you to do another blood work, just because every time you do blood work, it's literally a snippet of time. Plus there's errors, or not errors, but there's, a range that when they're testing could be off. And so when I redid the blood work for the thyroid hormone, it came back all within the normal range. Still on the lower end, but within the normal limits. And she said that she did even more research on what healthy thyroid hormone levels should be in pregnancy. And she said, you're totally within the normal limits, especially if you take into account the pregnancy. So she said she was going to write the primary care doctor and just let her know I'm not being a non-compliant patient by not taking the thyroid hormone. She's going to tell the doctor that she doesn't think that I need to take it because, one, it's within the normal limits whether I'm pregnant or not. But if you take into account the pregnancy, it's totally within the normal limits. So that is good. So I am a little bit disappointed, though, about the insulin, but I want to make sure that I am healthy and baby's healthy. And if they think that this is the best thing, if there's nothing more I can be doing, I'm going to stay doing what I'm doing with my diet. I've been very happy with it. I've been feeling really, really good with the way I've been eating. I've basically been focusing on meats, veggies. I do eat carbs. I'm not keto by any means, but I start my day with high protein, mostly meats and veggies. And then if I do eat fruit, I usually eat it after I eat my meats and veggies. And then if I do have bread or anything like that, I'm trying to eat whole grain, homemade if possible. Or I'm trying to make sure I eat it after I eat my protein first. And that seems to be helping. I am definitely eating way less carbs than I've ever had before, but I wouldn't be considered keto, I don't think. I'm not counting any macros or anything like that. I gotta go inside. It's raining, which is not great. It wasn't supposed to rain today. I need to harvest my black beans, which should be dry. It's supposed to start raining on Monday. It is Friday. I guess the weather is indicating how I feel. And my tomatoes are out there, and I hope they don't split in the rain. It's okay. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. I will be out there harvesting tomorrow, regardless of if it's raining or not. I do not have the time nor the energy to do that today. I need to go inside. I will feel better after I shower. I think, I don't know. I always feel like a new person after I shower. I need to wash my hair. I need to get ready. And I will see you next time there's an update. Good morning. We are at the doctor's office again. Last time we spoke, I had just found out that I needed to take insulin. So I've got a list of a couple things I want to update you on. So tomorrow I am going to be 22 weeks pregnant. And this is the first appointment with my OB since we had the 20-week ultrasound and we met with the FMLM doctor, and she recommended me getting on insulin. We have now been, I say we because Josh has been administering it to me at night, on that for, I think, about a week now. And the kind of shock and disappointment and all of that has kind of faded away. I mean, I'm still disappointed because I was trying so hard to be able to manage this with diet. And it's so weird because during the day, my blood sugar levels are fantastic. So when I'm eating and moving, they're great. But even on the insulin, my blood sugar levels are all over the place. It can be down in the 90s, and then it can go up to 130, and then it can go down to 80, and then it can go up to 110. It's just so weird. So I'm excited to be here today and talk with my doctor about it and just see if there's anything else I can be doing. I don't think so, though, because it's at night when I can't do much about it. So that's kind of that first update. So I'm 22 weeks pregnant tomorrow, and I'm feeling pregnant now. Like, I have obviously felt pregnant this whole time, but she is here and showing pretty prominently. My clothes, most of my clothes still fit, like my leggings and these types of shirts and things like that still fit, and they're totally fine. My jeans officially, I haven't tried them on in about a week. I've been able to get away with still wearing them using the rubber band trick, but I don't even think I want to try putting them on. So over the weekend, I ordered some new pants and some new tops, and I haven't really bought clothes in a while. And so I did get some new essential things that I need, that, like when my leggings eventually probably aren't going to be comfortable, I got some of those and some new tops and stuff. I did not order maternity tops. I just upsized in regular clothes with pants. I did order 3 maternity pairs of jeans, and we'll see how they go. They're not my favorite thing to wear. So that is exciting. They should be here. I think I ordered from 3 different places. It is so hard to find maternity clothes. I didn't really like the styles of any of the ones from normal stores like Gap and Abercrombie. They just felt really outdated. And so I found one online that my friend had posted, who's like 2 days ahead of me. And I think it's called, like, I don't remember what it's called. I can put the name here, like Pink. I don't remember. And so we'll see how that goes. They actually had some more like in-style jean styles, and they did have my size. So we'll see. When those come, I'll try them on. And I made sure that if they don't work, I can return them. The biggest thing that's changed, I guess, since last time we talked is, well, I guess I'll talk about my hips. So I'm feeling more pregnant, and I'm not as exhausted as I was previously. I mean, I still get really tired pretty easily, but physically, what has started to be really sore, and my biggest like pregnancy symptom, is the back sides of my hips are starting to hurt. I can tell that when I'm doing big projects in the kitchen, or if we're having a fun family day at, say, like the zoo, and we're doing lots of standing and walking, my hips get really, really, really sore. I did have my first prenatal massage. I haven't had a massage in forever, and I think that that's going to have to be a priority from here throughout the pregnancy. I am going to the lady I saw when I was pregnant with my son, and she's got a pregnancy pillow, and it's just, she does a fantastic pregnancy massage. And so she worked on my hips a little bit, but that's it. I need to go in. I've got about 4 minutes before my appointment. So that's gonna be a perfect amount of time to go in, use the restroom, and check in and sit there. So I will give you an update when I come out. I think the only thing I don't know, 22 weeks tomorrow. So I think the only thing, hopefully we'll hear the heartbeat. I think we do that every single time. Oh, and she's moving a lot now. I love it. So before, when she started moving, I could really only feel her in the morning when I was laying in bed before I'd get out of bed, and when I was falling asleep, like at night, when I wasn't like moving around. I wouldn't really feel her during the day. Not because she wasn't moving, I don't think. It's just because I was distracted. But now the movement is definitely strong enough that when I am going about my day, I can feel her, and it's really, really fun. So I'm really enjoying it. I'm definitely enjoying this pregnancy so much. One, because I feel generally a lot better than I did with my son, and we're just so excited. And with my son, I was pretty nervous because I had never been pregnant before. Everything felt scary. Labor and delivery felt scary. I didn't know what we were getting ourselves into. Obviously, we were excited and happy, but there was just so many unknowns that it was stressful, a little bit stressful, with the joy of being pregnant, but also, like, what is our life going to look like, and obviously our son is our world, and he's the best thing that's ever happened to us. And so now that we have that context, and I know like what labor and delivery potentially could look like, the whole concept of pregnancy, labor and delivery, and then having a newborn does not scare me as much as it did before. So I feel like I can just settle into it and really enjoy it. And so that's been really fun, that we've been able to just like enjoy it. We do have quite a bit of work we need to figure out on our house, on how we're going to situate it and get everyone settled into their own space. But that's something I can talk to you about later. Right now, I have to go get into the doctor's. That was an easy appointment, in and out. I mean, I did have to wait for her, but the actual appointment was easy. The only really thing is she gave me the suggestion to help regulate my blood sugar at night is to have a high protein and fat snack. Not high fat, but a high protein snack that has some fat, like a string cheese, a spoonful of peanut butter, a beef stick, something that I guess can give you like a more stable energy at night. She said what can happen at night and why your blood sugar can bounce even when you're not doing anything is that your blood sugar gets low, your body's like, we need more energy, and then the liver will dump sugar into your bloodstream. And so she said if you can have a high protein and fat snack before you go to bed, that can help give your body just a level energy throughout the night. And I definitely have not been doing that, and I'm gonna go ahead and try that and see what happens. At this appointment, she said normally I would schedule the glucose test. I don't have to do that, so I guess that's a win, that I don't have to drink that drink. And that is the update. So it was a good appointment. Right now, I'm going to go run to Costco because I've got to get my prescription filled for the glucose monitors. I get 3 10-day supplies, and pricing around, Costco has the best price for them. They definitely are not cheap, but I would rather have this than have to poke myself multiple times a day. And so it's worth the investment for me. My insurance does cover it, and the reason it's the cheapest at Costco is my Costco membership covers, I don't totally understand it, but they cover a portion of the out-of-pocket fee. And so now that I have to do a insulin injection every night, I'm grateful that the glucose monitor is even an option, just because that's, I guess I'm not doing it, Josh is doing it, but that I am grateful for the technology. And I definitely, after this pregnancy, am very excited to go on a health journey and definitely try to make sure that my blood sugars and everything after the pregnancy level out. Gestational diabetes is so interesting because it's kind of your body working against you a little bit, and it's super complicated, and I guess they don't really know all the details, ins and outs. But my blood pressure was good. If you're new, I had severe preeclampsia with my son. He was born full term, 40 weeks, 1 day. I went into labor on my due date, and he was born at like 1 a.m. or something like that the following day. And so I am also taking 2 baby aspirin to prevent preeclampsia, and my blood pressure was fantastic today. And it's been fantastic throughout this whole journey. And so it was with my son too. Basically, I had an appointment the day before at 39 weeks and 6 days, right before I went into labor the following night. And my blood sugar, or I guess my blood pressure was a little elevated. Normally my blood pressure is like 110 or lower over like 70. And the day before I went into labor, my blood pressure was like 135 over 85, which for me is a little bit high. And so we're just keeping a close eye on that and making sure that that doesn't become an issue, because if I can avoid magnesium during labor and delivery, I would greatly appreciate it. So I haven't really figured out my whole birth plan yet, but I know where I want to deliver, and I know that I would like to avoid being induced if at all possible, and preeclampsia, which is having to take magnesium if at all possible, and a C-section. Those are kind of like my big things that I am praying do not have to be part of my story, just because if you've ever been on magnesium, it's not fun, and I would prefer to go into labor naturally. So that is the update. I think we will end it here, and I will see you back with an update in the future. Thank you for coming along this journey. We are so excited. I am so blessed that you all have told me that you're praying for me and that you're thinking about me and you're wishing and hoping for a better labor and delivery than last time. I sure am hoping for that and praying for that. And so the fact that you guys are on the same page and cheering me on and in my corner, I can feel that, and I greatly appreciate it. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being you, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye, friend.